So I think the biggest thing with me is when I first started doing all this 3 years ago, I didn't want to wait until I had everything that I dreamed about, everything that I prayed for me to start talking about my story. I think that a big part of all of this was the fact that I could document everything every day, how I was feeling, how my workouts were, whatever, and not just show up with all the things that, I wanted and all the things that I dreamed about, but really just show the pivotal moments of my life. And it's kind of weird because when I did start all of this, you never realize a lot of the stuff that you're going to eventually go through. But when you're showing up every day and you're making videos and you're talking about it, you're talking about your day-to-day life, eventually things are going to come up that are super serious. And I wish I talked about this more, but when I first started all of this, I didn't really have any idea where my life was going, what direction I wanted to take my life in. I had things going for me, but I wouldn't have had the confidence to tell you on camera that I'm watching everybody around me figure shit out and I had nothing figured out. I wouldn't be able to come on camera and tell you about the shit that I'm going through in the moment. Being depressed, the only thing I had at the moment was the gym. Literally everything in my life revolved around the gym at that time period when I was 23. And that's when I started picking up the camera and I started just recording everything. And this has been a dream that I had for a long time, and only within the past year or two has it really started to pick up. But I always wanted to start the gym stuff, especially when I was younger, but I was afraid. I just want to be able to show people, and it's kind of crazy because now I'm already, I have muscle built, I have strength built, I have about 10 years of lifting under my belt, but I was once a really skinny 115-pound kid who did not like the way he looked, was afraid if he would be able to handle his own because of how skinny and damn near malnourished I was. Like, I didn't eat, I was weak, could barely bench the bar when I first started going to the gym. And if I could inspire at least one person, which I know I have by this point, but to start going to the gym, whether you're super skinny or whether you're fat, 300 pounds, whatever the case may be, that no matter where your starting point is at, everybody starts somewhere different. And I guess that's like the biggest, like if I could inspire 1 to 1 million people out there that potentially felt the same way that I did, and even at 23 not having shit figured out and still not fully having shit figured out. I'm 26, I don't even have a girlfriend. I have a pretty good job and I'm starting to do really well with the content stuff, but at the end of the day, I don't have shit figured out. I don't know what life holds for me in the next 1 to 5 years, and I never had plans for 5 years out. I don't plan like that. I live every day, day by day, because as long as I can win the day, to me, that's all that matters, is getting through the day. Because I've had periods where I didn't want to get through the day. A lot of people are just going throughout life carrying themselves without a dream, without any purpose, without wanting to strive for something more, and then they sit there and they beat themselves up and they get depressed and they wonder what their purpose is being here. If I can inspire you to even just pick up the camera and potentially chase your dreams in that aspect and start showing people that you have something that you're working towards, and that, just like myself, the things that I was feeling, that you're not alone. That was the biggest thing, I guess, is me feeling like a nobody and wanting to share my story with everybody. And the past 3 years have been extremely eventful, good and bad. But regardless, the direction's not always going to be up. It's not going to always be exciting every single day. But if you're in this for the long run and, you're working on something every single day, show people every single day. Put your face out there every single day and people will get to know you on the internet. The internet can be something that you could drown in, or it could be a tool if you decide to use it that way. And that's the past 3 years, I stopped drowning in it and I really started to use it as a tool. And I've amassed now 34,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm pushing 25,000 on TikTok, which are small numbers in the grand scheme of things, but everybody that has been here since the very beginning, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. You, especially whether you just came now or you came in the beginning. A lot of people have seen many different versions of me, but I think the one that exists right now is arguably the best version of me that has ever existed, because I continue to improve, I continue to get wiser, and I continue to fulfill, in my mind, what my purpose is. So if you're feeling lost, if you feel like you're not really doing anything in your life that you want to do, if you're ever depressed, if you're not even going to the gym, but you want to start the gym, I think that if watching me pick up the camera and filming my gym journey, filming my life, filming me and my grandpa, whatever it is on my side of things that could potentially inspire you to go and do it yourself, go and do it. Do not second guess it and be like, well, he's doing it already, I shouldn't do it. That's the worst kind of mindset to have. We don't have to be in competition. You can go and do your own thing and be extremely successful at it. I could do the same. Inspiring people was never a part of the dream initially, but when I seen that I was helping people in some sort of way in the very beginning, it was a few people, and then it really grew. And it's been a super humbling experience. I have people that come up to me in the gym. I have people that were coming up to me at the Arnold when I was there. People that just see my stuff on their For You pages, whatever. It's extremely humbling because this is everything that I wanted when I very first started the gym at 16, and it's coming to life. So if you're afraid and you don't know what to do with your life, I hope in some way, shape, or form I can inspire you, because I don't have it all figured out. There's a lot of people that don't have it all figured out. Don't sit there and beat yourself up because you're a certain age and you think that you should be somewhere. There's no set guidelines. There's no timeline for where you should be at any age. Just go out there and do it. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it, and just go and get it done.